Good morning. Welcome to day 21 of the 100-day challenge. Already been hard at work. That's my customer's chair. Last night, she doesn't mind if there's a little damage to the chair, but it started to bother me that there was like puppy chew or a Wolverine chewed on it. I'm not sure which one, but the bar in front here, down here, and one leg had been chewed on. And as I started to paint it, it was just annoying to me. So I mixed up some putty. This is my favorite putty. The stuff that I used that kept bleeding through, I'm still gonna primer over this just in case, but I really like this putty. You can mix up, it's a powder, and you mix up as much as you need. So I mixed it up with some water, get it to the right consistency, and then I can put it in and fill all the chew marks. It's just, and then I use the best tool ever. Greatest tool God ever gave us right there. Use my hands. I had this. And then I got annoyed and went with this. So that's why my nails are so pretty. I'm a fancy girl. Anyway, I'll wait for that to dry and I'm gonna work on that today. I may need a backup plan for the 100 project challenge, depending on how this dries. So, I'll think of something. But it's Friday. I have extra time to get it done because it's Friday, right? Friday, I can stay up late. Just tomorrow I can sleep in. I don't have to get the kid up for school, so I'm gonna go figure out how to get this off my hands. And I'm just gonna break it out. That's gross. It's all on my floor now. And in my hand. I'm gonna figure it out. Praying I mix enough of this custom color, because trying to match it again would be kind of So I am gonna actually take the paint off the paint stick. I can't waste any of it because I don't know that I have enough. So I'm just gonna paint the top while I wait for the legs to dry, for the wood filler to dry. I can do all this situation up here because there's nothing wrong with that. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is just working on this today. And pray that the wood putty dry. We're at sub-zero temperatures here right now. I woke up to 0 degrees actual temperature, and then it was like minus 11 wind chill. So things take a little longer to dry. Not really. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to affect that. I would think that it would dry it out faster. From the state of my sinuses, I would think it would dry it up faster. But sometimes it gets hinky in the cold. You don't know what's going to happen. It's not dry yet. I can see it's not even close to drying, and I did it this morning right away when I got in here. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully by lunchtime I can sand that down and prime it and repaint the legs and get this thing done today, because I'd like to get it clear coated and drying, because I want to give it a couple days dry time before I give it to her, because I don't know if she's gonna put it in right away. And if it's like nail polish, you know, if it's a little tacky and somebody sits on it, I don't want to give it a couple days, you know. So I want to give it a couple days dry time before it leaves my house. And then I will advocate that she give it a couple days, maybe a week, to dry, to like really cure. I don't really want it to get stuck on anybody or get, you know what I mean? It's like, give it a few days. She waited this long. So just gonna get after it. All right, she's got her first coat of paint on her, except for the repairs still need to be sanded. So at least, I don't know, at least it's got the first coat of paint on it, and I can get to work when that's ready to be dry. But I'm gonna have to figure out something else to work on. Can't sit and wait for paint to dry. So, the blog post due for tomorrow. Maybe I'll work on that. Did not get that done yesterday, so maybe I'll do that. Yeah. Okay, and as with any filler, you kind of have to build up the low spots. You can see here, and then in here. Oh, come on, focus. There are some low spots that I have to just hit it again, just to fill that up, fill that in. There's one on the back that I can feel with my finger running over it, but after you sand, if you run your finger over it, you can feel the low spots. This one isn't too bad up here. It's right there. I mean, it's not too visible, whereas this one is clearly visible. I mean, there's a big divot in there. So I'm gonna have to get that built up. And to use the Durham's putty, the lid goes on tight because it's a powder, so you got to keep it like waterproof. And I'm going to use this to pull it out. So you just grab a little bit of the dust, put it in a clean cup. Should actually be enough. Water. Dribble some in there. So you don't want to put too much water in. It gets too thin then. This might actually have been too much water. I only dibble a little bit in there. Yeah, like water. Too thin. A little more. Very little water. And I always get the ratio wrong right off the bat, so I always have to add more powder. More powder. And it's still a little thin, but just because I want it to fill. Now I got not enough. Now it's too dry. Just should get an eyedropper. I need an eyedropper. Oh, now it's too thin again. I'm sure there's a magic formula, but when you're trying to just mix up like just enough, tiny little bit, but so I definitely need to get a different, there we go, project for today, for the 100 project challenge, because this is gonna take a little longer for this stuff to all dry and then get that thing repainted, so that won't get done today. So I'm gonna figure out something else. I think I'm gonna make some hooks. I got impatient. Broke out the hairdryer, I got it dry, got it sanded, and yeah, I can prime it now. So I'm gonna prime it and start painting on it. I don't think it's gonna get done tonight. If it does, I'm 2 ahead because I finished those hooks, but otherwise I'll be 1 ahead if I don't. So there you go. Either way, I've got 2 projects done today, and hopefully I can get this one done. I'm going to let this dry and go monitor the homework situation in the other room, and then get this flipped over after it's had time to really dry so that I don't inadvertently scratch it all off flipping it over to paint the underneath. So it's looking really good. Let me show you. The light's a little dark, but you can see, you can't really see the repair on the leg and on the bar anymore. And actually the bar I didn't repair looks more damaged than the one that I did repair. and it's looking really, really good, I think. So it'll be almost time to distress it. When I get the bottom painted, I think it'll be time to start pulling off. I put wax on here, so that's what you're seeing here. These aren't drips, that's wax. And there's wax up on the spindles, and she wants it lightly distressed, so I will distress it and then send her pictures, make sure she's happy with it before I clear coat it, because I can always repaint it or distress it more depending on her preference. So I'm gonna let that dry. Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more Junkin videos.